Hello, welcome back to Learn Economia. In this video, we are going to look into the aspect of environmental economics. So, we'll be looking at the subject matter of environmental economics here. Environmental economics is actually a subfield of economics. This is concerned with environmental issues. So, this aspect of economics is concerned about environmental aspects. It has become a widely studied subject due to growing environmental concerns, especially in the 21st century. This subject undertakes theoretical or empirical studies of the economic effects of national or local or environmental policies around the world. Particular issues of environmental economics include costs, benefits, etc. of alternative environmental policies to deal with certain issues in the economy like air pollution, water quality, toxic substances, solid waste, global warming, etc. Environmental economics is a distinguished field, so it could be distinguished from other fields of economics like ecological economics. So, in the case of ecological economics, you could see that this subject is mainly emphasized upon the economy as a subsystem of ecosystem with its focus upon preserving natural capital. If you look into a survey conducted by German economists, which is found in several journals, you would see that in ecological as well as environmental economics, the different schools of economic thought, with ecological economists emphasizing strong sustainability and rejecting the proposition that human-made or physical capital, which could be used as a substitute for natural capital. So, sorry to tell you that not in several journals, in one of the reputed journals, this aspect has been specified. Okay. So one of the important aspects which is dealt in environmental economics is market failure. We have already discussed what market failure is in several videos. If you haven't understood the concept, I request you to go through those videos. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box so that you can see, you can watch it, and you can, if you have any doubt, you will be able to clear the same. Uh, and still, if you have any doubt, you can be a part of my Telegram group or Telegram channel to discuss your doubts there. Okay, coming back to market failure, air pollution is actually an example of market failure, as factories imposing a negative external cost on the community. Central to environmental economics is the concept of market failure. So, which says that market failure is an important aspect in environmental economics. This means that markets fail to allocate resources properly or efficiently. A market failure occurs when the market does not allocate scarce resources to generate the greater social welfare. A wedge exists between what a private person does given the market prices and what the society might want him or her to do in order to protect the environment. Such a wedge implies wastefulness or economic inefficiency. Resources could be reallocated to make at least one person better off without making another worse off. Common forms of market failure include externalities, non-excludability, and non-rivalry. Now, we have to look into the externality aspect. This too has been discussed in several videos of this channel. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box so that you can go through those. An externality exists when a person makes a choice that affects other people in a way that is not accounted for the market price. An externality could be positive or negative, but this is usually associated with negative externality, especially when we are looking into environmental economics. So we are mainly concerned about negative externalities in the subject matter of environmental economics. For instance, with respect to residential buildings, you can see that they are there are some kind of water issues. Then, if you look into the case of Amazon timber, this disregards the amount of carbon dioxide released in while they are cutting the trees and all. or if you're looking at some firms, you can see that these firms would emit some kind of pollution, and which impose some kind of cost to the people who are suffering from it. So as a result of pollution, there might occur some so, excess of socially efficient level, which is that particular level which would exist if the market was required to account for the pollution. In economic terminology, we can see that externalities are examples of market failure, in which the unfettered market does not lead to an efficient outcome. Now coming to common goods as well as public goods. This also has been, these two concepts have also been discussed in several videos in our channel. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box, so you can have a detailed look into these concepts. When it is too costly to exclude some people from accessing some environmental resource, the resource is either known as common property resource, uh, or it is known as a public good. In either case, non-exclusion market allocation is likely to be efficient. So there would be some kind of non-exclusion. So here market allocation would be inefficient. These challenges have been long recognized. Hardins, he has a concept. He has developed a concept of tragedy of commons, which has popularized the challenges involved in non-exclusion and as well as common property. Commons refers to the environmental asset itself. Common property resource or common pool resource refers to a property right, or property rate policy or regime or setting that allows some collective body to devise schemes to exclude some others. So this involves allowing the capture of future benefit streams and open access. Here it implies no ownership in the sense that property everyone owns, nobody owns. Okay. The basic problem here is that people, if they ignore the scarcity value of commons, they can end up expending too much effort over harvesting a resource. Hardin has theorized that in the absence of restrictions, users of an open access resource will use it more than if they had to pay for it and had exclusive rights, leading to environmental degradation. If you look into the work of Ostrom, this work has showed that how people using real common property resources had been studied by Ostrom, and as per the study, this have some this I mean the people who are using this kind of common property resource have worked to establish self-governing rules to reduce the risk of tragedy of commons. The mitigation of climate change. This would have some effects, and this is considered to be one of the examples of a public good where social benefits are not reflected completely in the market price. This is a public good since the risk of climate change are both non-rival as well as non-excluded. Such efforts are non-rival since climate mitigation provided to one does not reduce the level of mitigation which another person in the economy enjoys. There are non-excludable actions as they will have common consequences from which no one can be excluded. A country's incentive to invest in carbon abatement is reduced mainly because it can free ride off the efforts of other countries. Swedish economist Wicksell, he has first discussed how public good could be underprovided by the market because people might conceal their preferences for that particular good, but still they enjoy the benefits without paying for these. Now, another aspect is valuation. Assessing economic value of an environmental good or resource is one of the important aspects which has to be discussed in the arena of environmental economics. And the values of natural resources are often not reflected in prices that markets set, and in fact many of them are available at no monetary charge. We have done a separate video on the valuation methods. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box. So, if there is any kind of mismatch which occur very frequently, this would cause distortions in the pricing of natural assets, and both overusing of them and underinvesting in them would be certain problems, would cause certain problems. Economic value or tangible benefits of ecosystem. Mm, these are actually considered to be some kind of these include some kind of use as well as indirect values. Okay, and non-use values actually include existence option as well as bequest values. So I have done a video regarding the difference between use as well as non-use values, the different methods used in valuing, the difference between direct values and indirect values with respect to environmental economics. So I'll be providing the link of that too in the description box so that you can go through that. And the existence of these kind of things, especially if you are looking into certain species, and the loss of certain species in the ecosystem, this has got an option value, as there may be the possibility of using it for some human purpose. For example, certain plants might be researched for drugs. Sorry. Individuals may value the ability to leave a pristine environment for their children. Use and indirect values or indirect use values can often be inferred from revealed behavior, such as the cost of taking recreational trips or using hedonic methods, in which values are estimated based on observed prices. Non-use values are usually estimated using stated preference methods. This includes contingent valuation or choice modeling. Contingent valuation typically involves the form of surveys in which people are asked how much they would be able to pay to observe and recreate in the environment, or willingness to accept compensation for destruction of the environmental good. Hedonic pricing examines the effect of the effect the environment has on economic decisions through housing prices, traveling expenses, and payment to visit parks. Coming to the intervention by state government, subsidy. Almost all governments and states magnify environmental harm by providing various kinds of subsidies that have effect of paying companies as well as other economic entities or actors more to exploit natural resources than to protect them. The damage to nature of such public subsidies has been conservatively estimated at $4 to $6 trillion US dollars per year. This is with respect to US economy. We have to look into the same with respect to Indian economy as well. Now, what are the solutions here? We should have some environmental regulations. There should be some quotas on pollution. There should be imposition of taxes and tariff on pollution, and also imposition of better defined property rights should be there. So that's all. I request you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos, and you can be a part of my Telegram group and Telegram channel to discuss your doubts. So that's all. Thank you for watching.